The dude is a high flyer, an MVP candidate, certainly. A young man who has accepted our invite to the YSN All Star Game on March 24th. He will be in the dunk competition. We're excited to see that. And right before the show, he promised me that he's going to put on a show for everybody. So, just so everybody's clear, get your tickets, because not only does it go to a good cause, but Duncan Moy personally guaranteed he's going to put on an awesome show. So I don't know if you can get a better intro than that, other than this guy has been a primetime player wherever he has been. He has been the staple of the Badger program, but he has helped build that program back to not only where it is now, but where it is headed. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we bring in Duncan Moy. What's up, Dunk?
What's going on?
Oh, man of few words, but a lot of action for you. Talk to me about how this senior year has gone for you. There's been a lot of people that have been looking to you, looking at you as one of the area's premier players. How have you dealt with kind of all of that on your shoulders your senior year to go along with, I don't know, graduating, the recruitment tour, all that stuff?
I've kind of been blocking it out a little bit and just trying to focus on playing basketball, because people are going to say whatever they want. I can't help what they say, but to be in that conversation it's really special to be amongst all the other good players in the area, and to actually grow up with a lot of them. It means a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, your name's been on the conversation for a few years, so you're no rookie to having your name be in lights, so to speak, around being one of those primetime players. For you, you seemingly always have a basketball, at least either in your hands or nearby. Why is basketball so important to you, and when did you really gravitate towards it full time?
Uh, well, pretty much ever since I was born, I've kind of been in the gym with my dad being a coach. Both my siblings played. My mom helped there, like here and there. Both my parents played when they were in high school. So just kind of being around the game, just like really gave like I don't really know how to say it, but like I found a love for it, I guess, and it just came like a second nature to me. So when I was in seventh or eighth grade is when I really started putting like all my time. I dropped like all my other sports and just really started focusing on basketball.
What was it about basketball that you really fell in love with? I mean, there's a lot of sports, obviously, and I think they're all great for their own individual causes. But for basketball, for you, what was the one thing that said, "Man, I really enjoy this sport more than any because of blank"?
Uh, just the way it's played, like it's a nonstop game. You can't really just take plays off. Like you're always involved. Like even when you're on the bench, you're involved. When you're in the stands, you're involved. Like just being in the gym, like it's just an environment that I wouldn't change for anything. Just watching basketball, even at home, like I just always feel like I'm part of the game.
I can respect that. And you talk about both sides of the floor. You're never taking action off. You, my friend, get it done at both ends of the floor. I mean, you're a guy that can put 30 plus on any given night. Obviously, we talked about your circus freak, uh, unbelievable prowess to put the ball down, but you've also got just an unbelievable jump shot that I think obviously you've worked on a whale of a time in the gym, but defense, my friend, I would argue that defense is still one of your best traits. Where do you see what's your favorite thing about your game, and what did you have to work the hardest on to get where you are right now?
I would say the favorite part of my game is actually my passing ability. Like, yeah, everyone sees me for my scoring, but like when I go out and play AAU and stuff, I feel like I throw a lot like better passes. Like I see the floor really well. I'll see something before it's happening, so I'm able to like make that play, which helps you be a better scorer because you know what's about to happen. So I'm able to counter my counter pretty much. So that helps a lot. But the thing I worked on the most was definitely last year was my jump shot coming in from my junior year because I couldn't shoot to save my life. So kind of cost us a couple games last year. So I definitely worked on that. But my lateral quickness is something that I had to work on a lot because I was super slow side to side. So getting quicker, just like having a quick first step, just being able to cut people off and stuff like that was something that was really like a main focus for me.
I guess the question to you, I mean, everybody sees the production on Tuesdays and Fridays, right? But nobody sees the off season. You talk about lateral quickness and what you put into getting to where you are now. What kind of effort did you have to put in the off season? I mean, everybody just thinks that you're natural. You come out there, you go to practice, obviously, for a couple hours. You guys play a little basketball, and then all of a sudden you're able to put 30, 35 points up a night. What things do people don't know and don't understand about what you've had to do to take your game to where it is now?
Definitely the hours on hours just spent like in the off season. From me asking my coaches to open the gym up, from my dad to open the gym up, my mom taking me places just to play basketball and traveling all over to play AU. I've been pretty much from the East Coast to the West Coast playing. So just being able to like get all that stuff done, like without the people around me, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Like, I mean, coaches came in early in the morning, late at night, led me in the gym. My dad's had me up at early in the morning, outside running, doing all this other stuff. My mom's traveled. We've had flights at like 3 a.m., like where she's got to get up, take me to the airport, pick me up from the airport, stuff like that. Like, honestly, I couldn't ask for a better supporting crew.
The grind that you're talking about, I mean, going to airports and traveling the country and the world, how do you think that's made you a better basketball player? How do you think that's created some of the adversity that you've been able to fight through to become the man you are today?
Uh, it definitely helped me see the game more. Like being at these bigger tournaments and stuff. Even when I wasn't playing, I was always like at the gym, like watching other people, being able to watch people, like being able to watch like Gabe Cups, Jared McCain, like all those kinds of players. Like I've seen like playing AAU and stuff, and just like really like studied how they were playing or how their team played, how the coaches coached, like stuff like that. Just really helped me like evolve my game to get to the next level. And adversity is something that you got to go through with life. And my old Harding coach would always bring it up. He would always talk about adversity. And now even with Coach Upshire, he would bring it up all the time. Something like adversity is going to happen in life no matter what. So you got to be able to go through it because you can't always go around it.
Dude, being able to broadcast, in your gym at least once a year, I'm always blown away with how much attention, how many people show up to those Badger games because you guys don't have football. Obviously, there's a little bit of that goes into it. That you're the main attraction. This year the girls have really stepped up in becoming that. You guys are 1 and 1A intermittently, and you can kind of change that around to have that great gravitational pull, that great fan base that shows up night in, night out with Badger. What does that mean to you, and how does that take you to another level?
It means everything. Like for them to come out and support us, support the girls, like our basketball team, we try to go to as many girls games as we can, try to support them. Might not be the loudest fans, but we're always there supporting, trying to help out in any way we can, and they do the same for us. So being able to support each other is definitely something that like really brings us together as a family, and knowing like we're a small town, so we all grew up together. We've all known each other since we were little. We've went through school together, just kind of watched each other grow up. And I mean, the community has too, because none of us really came from like crazy far away. Like we've all pretty much been here our whole lives. So they've seen us grow up from when we started playing basketball to now.
I think it's incredible when I look at like the water boys, the managers on the basketball team, the pardon me, the way they look at you, the way they look at your team, and they can almost envision themselves in your shoes 5, 10 years from now, right? For you, what's most important about being a role model and knowing that those eyes are on you whenever?
Just coming out and setting the best example I can be. Like even in practice, when they're there, they're watching me. So I got to be the best player I can at all times. In school, like we have one big school, like everyone's here, so I got to be able to show up to school and still be as good as a person as I can be because they're still watching me, even if it's not on the basketball court. So for me to like just be the best role model I can for them, it means a lot because I know they're going to do great things. They got a great group coming up, so just to kind of help them through that and watch how they grow the next couple of years is just it's just really huge.
There's a lot of people that will look to you as being one of the key pieces in the foundation of Badger basketball and how it's rebounded. Obviously, you've got Coach Upshire, who had a milestone year this year. That's not over. I mean, I think you guys still have a lot of story to write. But you look at the past couple years, you look at what you've been able to do in your tenure. How do you see Badger basketball progressing, and how do you feel like you've become a key role player in that piece of the wall that Badger's building right now?
Um, Ever since Coach Upshire came here, like it just seems like everything changed. Like I don't really remember basketball from when I was younger, other than when my brother played. Like I remember games from here and there, but the 2018-2019 season was huge. Like that was my seventh grade year, so watching like Aiden Miller and his senior group and the groups under him play, like it just really brought me and all my friends and my teammates together, and it was like that's who we want to be when we get there. And last year, with us being able to make it to the district championship, just like they did, it was like we were finally able to say like we made our goal come true. So to be able to just do that, and then that's our goal again, is just to make it back to the district championship and even farther. We already won our league, so that was the goal that we had at the beginning of the year. We had it last year too, didn't get it. So to get it this year, it was huge for us, and it just kind of sets the standards for the future of Badger basketball.
And we talked about you being a role model, for the younger generation. For you, who were your role models? Who did you look up to from a hoop standpoint? And then who did you look up to off the court that really kind of guided who you become as a young man, and obviously moving into the next generation, the next element of your career?
From a basketball standpoint, ever since I was younger, I wanted to play like Aiden Miller, the kid that graduated. He was the all-time leading scorer for the boys. So he was just someone I kind of grew up with. Our dads were really good friends, like played together here and there. So I just wanted to be like him. Like he was someone that I looked up to. I just wanted to play like him. I wanted to be like him. He scored the ball well. I kind of just wanted to be Aiden. So to be able to like do that, I just recently passed him. So that was a cool little like moment. Now I'll get to share with him forever. I still talk to him all the time. And then off the court, kind of look up to my parents, my siblings. Like both my siblings are very successful. Both my parents, I mean, they do everything they can for me, and those are the people I want to be off the court. Like I just want to be able to provide for my family the way they all do.
As far as your parents go, what's one component? What's one piece of them that you really admire? So, from mom, what's one thing you admire from your mom's side? What's one thing you admire from your dad's side?
Uh, they both work super hard. I think they both gave me that like never quit mentality, like just to come out even when if it's basketball, if it's school, like anything, just to give it my all because you never know what you'll get out of it. So they both like I've never seen either of them really just like not give something their all. So to be able to grow up and see that, like it really like engraved it into me to where it's like everything I do, I want to give my best. Like I want to be the best.
For you as an 18-year-old talking to, let's say, 12-year-old Duncan Moy, if you had a chance to get in the DeLorean, go back to the future, I guess go back to the past, and talk to your 12-year-old self, what's one thing that you would want your 12-year-old self to know that you know right now?
Hit the weight room. I feel like I'm too small. I never really like actually focused on the weight room until I hit like my high school. Like when I was younger, I kind of always just pushed it off. Like I was like, oh, it'll be all right. Like I'm bigger than everybody right now. And yeah, I was taller, longer, maybe faster, but I was never the stronger one. And I kind of wish I would have changed that when I was younger.
For you, I mean, you're going to the next level. For those of you, those who don't know, where are you going? And obviously playing basketball. What are you going to study?
I'm going to California University of Pennsylvania. It's about just south of Pittsburgh, like 30 miles or so. And I'll be studying accounting. Just, I don't know, I've always been involved with math. My sister's an accountant, and so is her husband. So I've kind of like looked to them, and they're both successful, and they think I could be successful in that area as well. So I think it's something worth giving a try.
Well, I would say you're good with numbers, young man. Well over the 1,000-point mark now in your career. The one question that I've always wanted to ask you, even the night that you broke the 1,000-point, you had 2 points to go. The first bucket of the entire year, you're in the 1,000-point club. How much did that absolutely drive you crazy from the time that you put your jersey away your junior year going into your senior year that you just needed one bucket? You could have got all this taken care of last year and just focused on everything else. What kind of mental gymnastics were you doing for 6-9 months out of the year, knowing that you were one bucket away from 1,000?
Um, knowing that I was that close kind of made me a little mad that I wasn't able to get it. Like I was like 2 free throws away, one bucket, one layup, one jump shot. So it kind of pushed me to like work harder in the summer because I didn't want to be that one bucket short. I didn't want to be those couple free throws short. Like there was just something that was always in my brain. So it was like I got to work harder because I didn't reach what I was like capable of last year. So I just wanted it more.
So it kind of helps you. I mean, you start going back. I mean, naturally, you'll start going back on every free throw you had. Like you said, every missed shot. Um, but now you kind of look forward, and right now it probably helps you out a ton going in the playoffs of what can we do if we're one bucket better? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's incredible. That's such great vision from you, and understanding of not giving up an instance, and living in that moment, making sure that you make the most of that moment. Duncan, last question for you. I mean, you want to be an accountant, but there's a part of you probably that still wants to be a hooper. If the basketball gods, if you will, give you that opportunity, what things do you want to accomplish in your college basketball career? What things can we look back on in 4 or 5 years in this interview and say he accomplished this? He set out what he wanted to do.
One thing is I want to win freshman of the year next year for my conference and stuff. They give out awards like that, and that's definitely one that I want to win. I want to make it to the Elite Eight, make it to the final. I want to win. I want to win the national championship, but being able to just be in the Elite Eight every year, I think, is a goal that like would be really big for me. Just knowing that every year I played, I gave it my all, even if I didn't make it all the way. Like I gave it my all to get there. So those are things that I'd like kind of thinking about. But right now, I'm obviously worried about high school basketball. But those are things that I definitely want to accomplish when I get there.
Man, you're impressive, man. On and off the court, I'm a fan. I'll be a fan for life. We can't thank you enough for taking out some time out of your, I mean, very, very busy schedule as you guys get prepared to head into the tournament. We wish you all the best of luck. And no matter what, we will see you on March 24th at Boardman High School for the YSN All-Star Game. Looking forward to that. Good luck to you. Good luck to Coach Upshire. I know he's creeping around there somewhere. Thanks so much for your time. And again, best of luck, Dunk.
Thank you.